All right, everybody, you know what time it is. This is DWMOD. That's Disagree With Me or Don't. I'm your host, Mikey Wilson, and it's time for another episode of All Right Bet, brought to you by the good folks at Kuttin Loose Studios.
We cutting loose.
Louie, let's get ready, man, to hand out some money. Start the show.
Wanna bet?
Cash money.
It's time for another episode of All Right Bet.
Wanna bet?
No! God, please, no! No!
Tease it.
Want a chicken dinner?
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, that's right. You buy that for $1. I'll tell you what, if you're buying it for $5, the way we've been handing them out the last bunch of weeks, you guys are sitting on a little nest egg of money right now. I'm telling you that. We have been handing out winners. We have been on a heater over here at DWMOD. All right, bet. You know the deal. It's every Tuesday. We're handing you free NCAA picks. We're handing you free NFL picks. We're putting that money in your pocket, guys. Now, we are going to hit the Big Six picks this week. Just want to welcome everybody back from the holidays. Hope you guys had a good Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, whatever it is, man. I don't care what you celebrate. I don't care why you celebrate it. I just care that you have fun celebrating it, man. Hope everybody had a good time. Happy holidays with family around. Oh, Big Six picks. We'll be back on Friday, guys. And let me lay this out for you. During the Big Six picks this week, we are going to be picking bowl games in college. We'll be having the Minnesota-Virginia Tech game. We'll be having the Buffalo Liberty game. And we'll also be having the FCS National Championship. That's North Dakota State against Montana State. Those will be our college games over on the Big Six picks this week. We'll also have NFL games. We're going to have that Bengals-Pittsburgh game for you on the Big Six picks Friday. We're going to have the Vikings-Lions. That's going to be a big one, baby. We'll have that one on Friday. And we're also going to have the Dolphins and the Jets. We'll be previewing that. Dolphins outside chance to get back into the playoff picture if they can win that game. That's going to be the Big Six picks. But like I was saying before, we have been red hot and on a heater. Through the first 14 bowl games we handed you guys, we were 12-2 against the spread. That's not just picking bowl game winners and favorites, guys. 12-2 against the spread. So I hope you've been enjoying that money. As of right now, we're sitting 19-12 against the spread in college bowl games with the portal, with transfers and sit-outs. Not an easy thing. If you've been trying to look the stuff up to bet on your own, you know how difficult it is to try to lock down these rosters. We're sitting at 19-12. We've given you 2 dogs to win in the bowl season, which is a pretty big deal with everything I just explained. Gave you 2 money line dogs. Those also hit. And back in the house is Mr. Andy St. Clair. Andy, what's up, buddy?
What's up? How are you?
Good, man. You been well?
You know, traveling. I'm still in the Midwest. I'm in Indianapolis. A bunch of families here. They're all arriving again for more New Year's Eve celebrations. So,
all right.
It's been crazy.
It is New Year's Eve. It is New Year's Eve, man.
Yeah. So
awesome.
It's been a little crazy, but it's been fun.
Been fun, man. Been fun. We have been on a heater. We cashed in again big last night on Lions -2.5. Everybody says they're sitting. They don't care. They're gonna milk it. We knew better. We cashed in big last night, buddy. How'd that feel?
It was good. I was one of the guys who was very nervous. I thought Campbell may second half shut it down, and true to his word, I still think that he didn't. I still think that probably the smartest play was, putting a little money in on the other side, but didn't do it. And here we are.
Yeah, right. I mean, hey, cashed in about 4 or 5 parlays on that bad boy last night. It was beautiful. New Year's Eve, we got games all day. Gonna be all day. Let's jump right in and start with this first one here. Bama and Michigan. I'm liking Bama in this one. I told you guys to get on it last episode. I said, get on this thing early, get in at 12.5. If you did, you're in a good spot because I think it's up to 18 right now, huh, Andy?
Yeah, it's like 16.5, 17. At that number, I'm going to probably take Michigan just because it's a lot. I'm also not sure. The thing about Bama is like, who are they really going to show? Do they really care? They may.
I think they do. I think they're a little upset. I think Milrose trying to raise that draft stock. They've got pretty much everybody playing in this game for them, except the running back Haynes left for the portal, and he's ironically headed to Michigan. But for U of M, listen, we got no idea, guys. It's notes for these bowl games because you have to look the shit up. But Michigan's quarterback situation, they don't know who's going to play. Warren has not decided if he's going to play or not because the incoming freshman Underwood, he's probably going to get in the portal and leave. Mullins is out, running back is out. Edwards, running back is out. Colston, their tight end, is out. Those are the three big performers for them on offense. And on defense, Will Johnson, Mason, Grant, these guys are first rounders, all out, not playing. Alabama almost whole. I'm going to be in on Alabama here big time.
I like the under. I'm taking the under.
Yep. I think we talked a little bit about that. This over-under is something I'm going to stay away from in this game.
Yeah, no, it's
I don't know.
whole game. The whole game's probably a stay away. What are we doing?
Yeah,
unless you got Alabama at like 10 or 11, 12.
Yeah,
sure.
Yep. If you got them early, you're in good shape. If you didn't, rock that teaser, baby. Tease it. Tease it.
I did tease Michigan up to 24, so we'll see.
There you go, man. I'll probably be on the other side of that. Tease Bama down to like 10 or something, but I don't know. We'll see. Here's the next bowl game this is another tricky one, guys. Maybe just stay away, but it's Louisville -1 to Washington. What kind of information do you have on this one? I've got a few notes.
Well, I think Washington's got its whole team. I think so. It's like I'm just going to take that team. That's all the information I need. So you want to tease Louisville up to 7 or 8, go for it. I think that's probably okay. Louisville's got a backup quarterback, so I like Washington. I just give me the money line. Washington.
This line has changed, right? You're right, because Louisville was the favorite. Now they're the dog. This thing has changed overnight. If I got in a few bets last night, Washington was still the favorite. But Louisville, without their starting quarterback, without their 2 top wide receivers, without their best running back as well, I think they got 20 guys in the portal. Yeah, I'm with you, Andy. We're just going to ride Washington on this thing on the money line. But I tell you what I do like in this game. I like that under. I like it to be under 50.
Yeah, I like it's at 51. It's been going up, so people are betting it up. So
yeah, I like that. I like that under This is based on the fact that Louisville is going to be Louisville and put a bunch of points on the board, but I don't see that with everybody sitting out. Yeah,
no, I'm with you. Sure.
Let's be on the under on that one for sure. Let's talk really quickly because I don't think there's much to talk about here. South Carolina, right now, I think they're -9. This number has come down to Illinois. I don't know how. South Carolina, I think they've got 3 total opt-outs. Like they're walking into this thing to prove a point. They got chip on the shoulder.
That quarterback or whatever is really good. So like South Carolina for sure.
Yeah, right. I mean, Illinois loses their top offensive performer, wide receiver. He's out. Other than that, everybody probably gonna play. But listen, man, I'm on South Carolina. Buy the half point, get it 8.5. Easy.
Tease it.
Oh, tease it big time. Tease that one, guys. Andy's right. Tease that one if you want to play it safe. I've got them on a couple of parlays. I'm taking them to blow Illinois out. Yeah. That's what I think. All right, let's jump on that Baylor. Baylor -3.5 against LSU. Another tricky one, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, LSU's got a lot of opt-outs. You know, if you think about Baylor, if they don't lose that Hail Mary game to Colorado, they could be in the college football playoff, right? They could play Arizona State, could beat them. I like the Baylor money line. And LSU is scary because of the letters LSU, but I'll be on Baylor.
Yeah, this LSU team is a team that didn't believe in themselves all year and dumped games, undisciplined, just a poor Kelly team all the way around. And LSU was down their 2 top offensive linemen, their 2 top wide receivers, their tight end, their 2 best defensive backs, and their quarterback Nessmeyer is not going to play in the game either. What are we talking about? Let's jump on Baylor. Let's buy that 2.5 if you want.
Just do a Baylor South Carolina money line. Pays like +110 parlay.
There you go. Parlay that thing there. Put some money on it.
$10, $20 on it. You're going to be, making that money.
Yeah, that seems like a no-brainer there. Let's jump into a little college football playoff. Penn State laying 11.5 to Boise State. 53.5 is the over-under here. Now, before we get into playing the spread, I think I love the over here, right?
Over for sure. It's the best play of the day, I think.
Yeah, right.
It's up to 54.5 too.
It's moving up. You better jump on it.
Right, for sure.
Penn State laying 11.5. This is tricky, man. Boise's only loss of the year, for you guys that haven't been following staunchly, was a 37-34. I think it was overtime or very end of fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Fourth
It
quarter.
was it was a game winner.
Yeah.
At Oregon, they lose 37-34. Their only loss of the season. Penn State hasn't beaten anybody that was ranked until last week, I think. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Right. Franklin doesn't win these kind of games generally. I do think Penn State's probably going to win. I'm
Yeah.
going to lean towards Boise. I just,
Yep.
all the numbers tell me that, Penn State's probably should blow them out. I just can't trust them. So,
This reeks of a Big Ten trenches takeover late in the second half, and they win the game. You know, what I mean?
They win by like 17, 14, 20, something like that, but
hard
to do.
I think everybody, all these pundits and everybody counting on the fact that Penn State is just going to shut down Genty. And I'm like, well, I haven't seen anybody do that. So We'll see how that goes. I don't know, man. I'll probably be on Boise State with a point. I'll probably tease that for sure. But the play here, like you said, is the over at 53.5. Take that over, guys. Ohio State, Oregon. For me, I think this is another easy over under at 55.5. I think it's moving to 56-ish right now. I'm taking the under here. Everybody expects the shootout. And let me just throw this at you. Maybe I'm wrong here. But when two teams, what was the score last time? 27, 24, something like that?
32, 31, 32, 31.
31. I got into right around 30. Okay. So these are two teams that have played each other, though, and played many common opponents. They have a ton of tape of common opponents playing against them. They've played against each other. Usually when teams face each other a second time, you don't see more points. I don't know, man. I just think this one could land on the under, and I'm going to be rolling on Ohio State on the money line. I think they get Oregon. Yeah,
I mean, spread wise, if it gets up to 3.5, I'll probably take Oregon. But yeah, I like Ohio State. I guess I would probably lean there. I would probably take the over too. To be honest with you, I just think it's going to be a slow first half, and then the second half is going to be fireworks city. And final score is going to be 38, 34 in that area.
Yeah, you're probably right. I just have a hunch that both teams are going to come out with some defensive looks and maybe in the second half they'll pull away. I see what you're saying there. You're 100% right about the spread. This thing moves to 3.5. This is a game I don't often recommend, but I would really try to thread the needle. I take Ohio State on the money line and give me Oregon plus 3.5. Or vice versa.
Whoever wins this game, I think I'm going to take to maybe win the title. So.
Yeah, I would assume they'd be the favorite.
Yeah,
I would assume they'll be the favorite. Before we get to next week, we will also have Texas minus 13 to Arizona State. 51.5 here is the over under. I mean, give me the over here, right?
I mean, I guess it is what can Scatterboo and those guys do against Texas defense. I think it's probably the over. I think this game's going to be a lot like the Clemson game, personally. Where Texas will be fine, and they may cover at the end, but and that game went over, so I'll probably lean over here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to lean on the over here, and boy, my heart just wants to be with Arizona State on this game. I was riding them all year. We won money on them early when everybody thought they sucked. We were handing out winners with them. I'm just not blown away by Texas' ability to cover 13 in this game. I just don't know.
Well, and also Arizona State's got a pretty good offense. You can backdoor Texas probably. They're down 17. Arizona State scores a touchdown at the end. Just a lot of chances to get Texas there.
It feels
I like Texas to win.
Yeah, I think I like Texas to win too. The spread is a little bit high here. Texas is bigger and better, but Arizona State does not care, man. They just don't care.
They're kind of free money, so I'll probably ride with Arizona State. It'll be a nail-biting time, but that's where I'm going. Over Arizona State. It's the only way the over hits, probably.
Yeah, well, that's true. If you're going to be on Arizona State, you got to be on the over 100% there. If you want to tease this thing, get Arizona State at 20. I don't see a 20-point Texas win. Right. You just don't. I don't know. I don't see that. Let's jump to Notre Dame and Georgia. This is one. Look, I'm going a lot of over-unders this week, and that's not my thing. That's your thing. But I'm going to tell you in this one, I like the under of 45.5. Georgia not been great, scoring a lot of points, right?
Under.
Beck is out. This is going to be this kid's first start. He's good, but this is going to be his first start. And Notre Dame, one of the best defenses in the country. Now, say what you will about Notre Dame's schedule, guys, but it wasn't like they were coasting through the games. They had some close ones like Boise. I mean, their schedule was their schedule, but they bombed people.
Yeah,
You know what I
they're
mean?
good. Notre Dame's very good. I'm going to be on Georgia though. Mainly because like wake me up when Notre Dame wins a big game. Just let me know. Let me know when it happens in the last 20 years. So until it happens, there's no way I'm gonna ride with them for me.
Yeah.
But I will ride with Kirby. Though I like that Marcus Freeman. I think he's a good coach. I think he's
I
awesome.
love him.
Yeah,
I love him.
I'm gonna ride the Kirby train.
I'm taking the dog. This is going to be my money line dog this week. I'm going to take Notre Dame on the money line to knock off Georgia and move on in the playoffs, guys. I'm going to have a couple parlays with that going. I mean,
I have, I told you I had a future where I have 4 futures national title game: Oregon over Georgia, Ohio State over Georgia, Oregon over Notre Dame, Ohio State over Notre Dame. So those 2 games for me, those are the big ones.
Yeah, you're going to be dialed into those for sure. For sure. Listen, there's 2 smaller bowl games that we'll close out with here because they'll be played before we get back on Tuesday. We got Duke and Ole Miss. Now, Ole Miss is 17-point favorites in a bowl game. I didn't even bother digging into this one too deeply about sit outs and transfers and Duke coaches and blah, blah, blah. This is the kind of this is Lane Kiffin. We know how to bet Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin wants to hang it on Duke in the bowl game to look good, and he's probably going to try to.
Yeah. I would, my advice on this one is probably live bet it. I want to see if Ole Miss decides to show up to town, because Ole Miss could in the first quarter you're going to be like Duke 7, Ole Miss 0. I'm like, give me Duke. Like Ole Miss may not show up, and if they do show up, they're going to cover. So I would just live bet it.
Brilliant piece of advice. This is a live bet game. This is an absolute live bet game. Wait, Duke gets on the board first, and then it gets down to Ole Miss 10 or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is a live bet game, guys. Get into that. But that's Lane's going to be Lane.
Right. If I was forced to take a number, I'd probably just take the points because my guess is these guys aren't going to show up. But I don't know. I hate to be wrong. And then it's like 21-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah. I mean, you just don't know. But if he gets a chance to hang it, he's going to hang it.
For sure.
I'm going to have a few Ole Miss bets on that. North Texas and Texas State. Texas State is minus 13.5, guys. This one is what we would call be with the pros on this one, right? Because this one is very simple to figure out. These teams are dead even. I've watched both these teams play multiple games all year long. Texas State, Sun Belt. These teams are evenly matched. These teams both like to score a ton of points. So why is this a 13.5 point spread and a 60.5 over under in this thing? I'm telling you why, because North Texas has got like 30 guys in the portal. Everybody bailed. They have a quarterback starting the game that's thrown 4 passes all year long, 4 passes. So Texas State has a 7th-year quarterback, this McLeod kid. He's good. He knows how to run the offense. I'm going to be on Texas State laying the 13.5. The over-under is a tricky one, though. This is the one where they're going to try to bait you into taking this over because these teams score. I would stay on the under here unless you think Texas State can score 50.
Right, I'm with you on the under. I don't know about the game, the total. My gut tells me, knowing me, I would bet North Texas, but I probably won't. The only thing I like about this game is the under.
Yeah, I think I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be on Texas State laying the 13.5. Yeah. They are a team offensively that when they get ahead on you, they're going to go no huddle. McLeod can run it, and they're going to try to bomb you. And I could see them bombing North Texas with nobody playing for North Texas. I'm going to be on that one, guys. Be on that one. Let's jump to a little NFL, Andy.
By the way, there's a row the boat that day, by the way, over VTech. Row the boat.
That is going to be in the Big Six Picks.
Oh, is it? Well, get ready. I'm going to row the boat.
Don't fuck that boat. I hope it sinks. I'm going to fill it with turkeys, I hope, man.
Row it. I'm going to row it.
All right, let's jump into the NFL. So for the NFL, we're going to hit the Big Six Picks, Andy's. We're going to have that Bengals-Pittsburgh game, obviously. We're going to have that Vikings-Lions game, obviously. And we're going to do the Dolphins and the Jets. A little bit of something on that game. So let's jump into the AFC playoff scenario. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you about the games this weekend. Andy, I'm sure he agrees. If there's 2 teams that have nothing to play for, means nothing, they're not in the playoffs, they're not jockeying for a draft first pick and all this shit, just fade it. Just stay away from that damn game. Just stay away from that game with the exception of one I'll give you at the end. Just stay away. So let's jump into the AFC, and let's just start with the number 1 seed, the Chiefs. The Chiefs are playing the Broncos. This is in Denver, right? Chiefs at Broncos. Broncos laying 9.5. Here's the quick scenario. Chiefs have nothing to play for. They're number one. It's locked. Everybody's sitting their ass on the bench. The Broncos need to win, and they're in at the number 7 seed. If they lose, they could be out with a Bengals win, blah, 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 or Dolphins if the Dolphins beat the Jets. So the bottom line here is Broncos have to win the game, and the Chiefs are sitting everybody. Do you think they'll win it by 10?
No.
No.
I don't. The history tells me they won't. Like, the Kansas City's done this before. They've played those meaningless week 18 games and 18 to hang in there and shock the world. So no, I'll take Wentz. I'll take Andy Reid. He's still going to coach the game. Like, give me the 10. I hope it goes up. I hope it goes to 12, 13, 14. I would take the Chiefs all the way to 7. Like, I like all the way, all day. Chiefs.
All right. I don't know. I think I'm going to be on the Broncos. I'm going to be on the Broncos, man. This Chiefs team has been a little banged up. I think they're going to rest it hard. That's going to be all backups in this game. And with the Broncos needing to win, I don't know, man. I think I'm going to be on laying the 9.5 in this one. We'll be on opposite sides.
Yeah.
We're probably on the exact same side of this one. Bills at New England. New England is +3. The Bills have nothing to play for. Number 2's locked up. Everyone's sitting. This is another scenario where they're not going to play anybody. Now, the only disclaimer here for the Patriots is they are in the mix for the number 1 pick. They are in the mix.
Right.
Yeah, they're in the mix for the number 1 pick. But Drake May has been playing better, and it is not in the DNA of the Patriots to lay down and try to get the number 1 pick. I don't see it. I'm going to be on New England +3.5. I'm going to take them +3.5. This is a game they'll win.
Yeah, it's down to 3. I see. I'd probably just take I'd probably take. It's a hard one. I hate this game. I'm just going to take the Bills, though. I think the Pats are horribly coached. Personally, I think they're bad coach. I don't know. I'll take McDermott. I just think I kind of tend these week 18 games lean to who I think's the better coach.
It's not a bad strategy.
And they kind of just find their way, and because they want to get these guys just in case ready too. It's not like, well, I'm going to play these guys who'll never play again.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? And so they're going to give some effort. I just think the Bills have nothing to play for. Also, the Pats have everything to play for, which is the number 1 pick, which tells me loss. Because if they lose the number 1 pick, they're going to be sitting there with some opportunities. And I think the coach is bad. I think the receivers are bad. Bills.
All right, man. I'm going to be on New England. I may take them on a money line. I just feel like it's not in their DNA.
If you're taking New England, I think you have to.
I'll take them on a money line in that one. I'll tell you a team that I do think fits your bill for trying to get that number 1 pick, and that it's not in their DNA, and they'll just go ahead and lay it down. And that'll be the Tennessee Titans at home against the Texans. Texans have nothing to play for. They're locked in at number 4. It doesn't matter. But I don't see this is a game where I see Tennessee being exactly what you said. The Texans will come out and win this thing. Tennessee will find a way to dump it and get a higher pick.
Yeah, I mean, the Titans play better at home than on the road. I mean, absolute stay away, but
absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah, this would probably be a stay away unless I'm going to tease it. I might tease it. I might tease that one. Ravens Browns. Now this thing's gotten out of hand. This has gotten out of hand. Now, look, there's a big scenario involved here, guys. Okay. Ravens they win against the Browns and they lock up the division. Or if Pittsburgh loses to Cincy, they lock up the division. Pretty much going to be division champs. They're going to be locked into that 3 seed if they win this game. If they lose this game, they could slide to the 5 and have to head to Houston to play. So I don't think they want that. I think the Ravens absolutely want to bomb the Browns, and the Browns have folded up shop. I just don't know if 18, that's a lot of points, man.
I would take the Ravens. I think the best move for them is to honestly lose, because they just beat Houston in Houston like 31-2, then to go to Kansas City, assuming all the other, I think it's a better deal than going to Buffalo if I'm the Ravens. So I think losing is the best option for Ravens, but I think that it's going to be like 34-3.
Yeah, you want that home game. Sometimes, that's the better play for them.
Right, they're going to lose, they're going to win, and then they're going to play the Steelers, who would be more than fine to coming into Baltimore. Who's going to sit at the 6th seed if they lose to Cincinnati, right? And the Chargers win. So it's like that to me is way worse. I would rather go to Houston than play the Steelers at home because the Steelers won't be afraid of them. It's
You
always
got-
like the final
yeah.
score of that game's gonna be like 19-17.
You definitely got that players, coaches, fans hat on right now. For 1 second, I'm gonna tell you, put on that owner's hat. We want that home game money.
For
Go
sure.
win the damn game.
It's gonna be 34-3.
The guy cutting the checks wants to win this damn game. And I think in order for the Ravens to get some rest, the way they win this game is to just listen, the Browns have cashed out. They scored 3 points last week. I think the Ravens get out to a huge lead and then just sit everybody. Yeah. So I kind of like the over in this one. I like the Ravens to get up to like 38 points themselves. The over-under is 41.5. Right. I like the over here.
Right. You need right. Yeah, no, you need the Browns to score. Yeah,
like maybe once. You know what I mean? Yeah. Ravens could easily cover this themselves. We covered Texans and the Titans. Here's the Bengals and Pittsburgh. Now, guys, this is going to be on the Big Six pick, so we're not going to give you a pick. I'm just going to lay out the scenario for you. The Bengals win. They need Broncos and Dolphins to lose, and they're in. Probably not going to happen. But you don't know. Andy said Kansas City could beat the Broncos, so we'll see. But if Pittsburgh wins, they could still win the division. If the Ravens lose, there's just a lot going on here, but it really doesn't matter. But here's the thing. Pittsburgh would like to win this game because if they win this game, then they're in 5 and they're going to Houston. If they lose this game, they're 6, and then they're going to have to go to Baltimore, which you already pointed out. Pittsburgh does not want that. They do not want that. And I know the hot pick here is to take the Bengals and Burrow and see if they can get in the playoffs. I think it's midnight for the Bengals. I think I'm not going against the home dog Tomlin, right? We're taking home dog Tomlin in Pittsburgh to win this game.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah, we're going to take them guys. Just take them right on the money line. And we just gave up a Big Six pick for both of us. But hey, this is the NFL playoffs, man. We got to lay some stuff out. Lay some stuff out. Chargers, Raiders. What's your take on this one, man?
I think the Chargers will try because I think they want the 5 seed.
Correct.
So I'll probably take the Chargers, but you can talk me into if that goes up. Like the Chargers game seemed to go up as closer to kickoff, so just like the Pats game, went up. Yeah. So I might take the Raiders at 7, but at 5.5, I might take the Chargers.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be on the Chargers here. Like you said, Harbaugh does not want to go play Harbaugh in the first round. He wants to go to Houston.
Yeah,
and they've
already lost. They've already lost.
Right.
So
you know what I mean? The only guy I'll assume to get rest from the Chargers is going to be JK. They probably won't risk him in this game, just coming back from that injury and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to take the Bolts at 5.5 to cover this thing, and maybe the over. I might be over 41.5 in this one.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know. We'll see. Dolphins, Jets, we're going to hit that one on the big pick 6. The only thing you got to know here, guys, is Dolphins have to win. They have to win, and then they got to hit the pews, hit their knees, and start praying to get into the playoffs. Who cares?
Carson Wentz will decide their fate, basically.
Yeah, Carson Wentz will decide their fate. Let's jump into the NFC. This is a really quick one. Lions, Vikings, going to be on the big 6 picks here, but we know what's on the line. Winner gets the division and the number 1 seed, which is the craziest shit I think I've said all year on this show.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy for us as Lions fans, and it's crazy that the Vikings are sitting at 14-2.
Yeah, it's cool. It's amazing.
That's nuts, man. That's nuts. But we'll be all over that one in the big 6 picks, guys. Check that out on Friday. Eagles, Giants. Now, Eagles have nothing to play for. Right?
Nothing.
Stay away. This is a clear stay away. So the Eagles -3 at the Giants. Just stay away from the game. I don't know what the Giants are going to do or want to do. You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you. I don't know why anybody would play the game. Eagles have nothing to play for.
Nothing to play for. I'm just not even going to bet this game. Stay away from this damn thing. Now we got Rams +3, Seahawks 39.5 the over under in this one. You and I love this game for the Rams.
Love it. They got to win because they want to beat the 3 seed. So they're going to play.
Yeah. You want to be the 3 seed and host Green Bay or host the Washington Commanders. If you lose and the Bucks win, then you're the number 4 seed and you're heading off to Detroit or Minnesota. You do not want that. And they're dogs. How are they 3-point dogs in a game they need to win? I don't get it. Give me the Rams and the 3 all
they
day
don't
long.
think Stafford's going to play and all that. So
no way.
And also I think Sam Howell's going to play for Seattle.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, It does not look front office coaches, everybody in that room. Nobody's saying, let's just rest Stafford. We like our chances with Minnesota or Detroit on the road.
Correct.
Nobody's saying that. They need
wanna
to
win.
win.
Tampa's going to push them. Tampa will push them to win.
Yeah, they have to. They have to
They're gonna
win
win.
this game.
Tampa's going to
Give me the
win, so
Rams.
they're going to win.
Yep, give me the Rams +3, no doubt about it. Saints Bucks. Bucks also need to win to get this division. The Saints are the worst team in football right now. I don't think anyone's worse.
No, everybody's. They were all going to take the Bucks. Everybody, the whole world is. It's just,
Yeah.
I expect it to happen.
Yeah, and the over at 43.5. This is just to me, this is just like the Baltimore game, right? Bucks get out to like a 38-3 lead and then pull everybody. Yep.
For sure.
That's the way this thing's going to go down, and they'll be locked into the number 4 seed. And I think there's not too much to talk about with the Washington Commanders at Dallas.
They're going to win.
Just,
Washington has to win because
they want to win.
They want the 6. They don't want the 7.
Correct. They want to be 6. They don't want to be 7. They don't want to go to Philly. They'd rather play the Rams or the Bucks. They want that 6 seed. But Dallas has been playing some decent football. And here's the thing. Their backups have been playing for weeks. And now they've got some cohesiveness. They're playing a little better on offense. This defense is playing well. I'm going to take Dallas in the points here. If this thing's at 4.5, if it gets to 5 and I can grab 6 if I buy a point, I'm going to take Dallas in the points in this
Also,
one.
Dallas beat them earlier.
Yeah, right.
The same team.
Right. Dallas is playing some sneaky, decent football right now, especially defensively. I think I'm going to be on Dallas in this one.
Yeah.
And then late DC has to shut it down because you ain't trying to get nobody hurt and you just take your fate, head to Philly. This is a game here that I think is easy money, and you can call me crazy. Falcons laying 8 to the Panthers, which means you can get it at 6.5. Falcons laying 6.5 to the Panthers in a must-win game in the Penix era. You see what the offense is doing now with Penix. I'm going to be all over the Falcons in this one.
Yeah, probably. I think they'll do the same. I'm with you.
Defense is playing really well too. Like last week, they showed up against DC. They played well.
Yeah.
Falcons and get it at 6.5. Guys, parlay it with a couple of teams. Absolutely. Or just tease that thing down to 1 all day long. Green Bay and the Bears is the last game. And it's the same scenario as the Commanders, right? It's the 6 or the 7. You don't want to be 7 and heading to Philly. Green Bay wants to win this game. They hate the Bears. It's at Lambeau. Give me Green Bay laying the 8.5.
100%.
100%. I put that with the Falcons, guys, and then maybe throw Dallas money line on there. You'll probably be around +5 or 6. I mean, get at that. That's a good little combo there. It's a good one. All right, here we go. Before we get out of here and let you guys get to the games, I'm going to give you the one game that doesn't mean anything that I think you should be betting hard on, okay? And it's because of what you and I have talked about. And we've said it on this show for years. Everybody knows my take on Kyler Murray for years. And we've been saying it all for years on this show, Andy. Late in the season, fade Kyler Murray. Fade Kyler Murray. And you sent me this little stat that I love. In November or later, Kyler Murray is 13-29. He's 1-17 in the division and lost 15 straight.
Yeah.
And you saw what Josh Dobbs did when he came in last night. He'll be starting for San Francisco next week. There's no doubt about it. They're gonna shut it down with oh man, his name's escaping me. The quarterback for the Niners, Purdy. Couldn't think of it. All right, yeah, Purdy. They're gonna shut down Purdy. You saw what Dobbs did. Josh Dobbs is very good. Give me San Francisco +3. I'll take 3.5 to beat Arizona.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, at San Francisco. I mean, that looks like some easy money, guys. We've been red hot. Jump on these things. Play the parlays the way we're telling you. Tease it. A lot of these games are going to be in tease it mode. Jump on some of these teasers we're giving you. Red hot through the playoffs. Andy, can we continue the hot streak?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, we can. Of course.
We Kuttin Loose.
Wanna bet?
Cash money.
It's time for another episode of All Right Bet.
Want to bet?
No! God, please, no! No!
Tease it. Tease it.
Wanna chicken dinner?
I'd buy that for $1.